Hi folks, welcome back to GB Reactions. I hope you're well, hope you're having a great day. My name is Gail and this is my channel, and I'm really lucky to have a couple of days off where I can do some reactions, and I really wanted to do some over the weekend and for the last couple of days, but we had a lot of contractors like kicking about and a lot of drilling. The whole place has been vibrating, so it hasn't been really that possible, and it would have sounded pretty terrible. So, that said, I just want a big thank you to anyone that has subscribed, suggested music to listen to, um, suggested music actually through the comment section, also through Buy Me a Coffee, and also donated to Buy Me a Coffee, which is really appreciated. And for all you new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I really hope you enjoy some of this music. Most of it I haven't actually heard. Some of it I have, and I'm just like revisiting it or listening to or watching maybe a version of it that I've never actually seen. But for the majority of the stuff, it's pretty new to me. And even for the artists that I am sort of vaguely familiar with, the tracks I've never heard. Um, so on that note, this is a track from Lene Lovich that I'd never heard. Now, I only know really one track by Lene Lovich, and one track that I remember when I was a kid, which was Lucky Number. Um, and yeah, to be quite frank, it was kind of scary watching her. Yeah, she sort of scared me. She had very kind of staring eyes, and I don't know, she's just a little bit intimidating to see on Top of the Pops. So I'm not sure if it's a Pops version. So um, this might be an actual video. But anyway, this is a track called New Toy. New Toy I've never heard, and this was taken from an EP. That's an extended play, and there was three different versions on of the EP, and this is the extended version. So I'm hoping that this is the correct extended version. And also something else that's interesting about this track was that it was actually written by Thomas Dolby, and the EP actually came out in 1981, so a couple of years after Lucky Number, I think. So that said, we're looking forward to this. Hopefully, it won't scare me as much as it did back in 1979. But anyway, here we go. What's that? Sound like a chimpanzee. I'm picking up the Thomas Dolby effect there with the synths and stuff. It's definitely a Thomas Dolby vibe I'm getting there. She blinded me with science. I'm assuming that the shorter version would have come in with the lyrics.
Did I ask you for your dedication? I don't want your love. I don't want your affection. But I got to have the car. I need it for the week. I've got to have the stereo. A couple of TVs. I've got to have the freezer. I'm back in my heat. I've got to have it all till I'm complete. I want a new toy to keep my head expanding. I want a new toy, nothing too demanding. Then when everything is in roses, everything is static. And a new toy will find us in the attic.
It's weird, but I'm picking up a lot of Thomas Dolby. I think it might be Thomas Dolby vocal as well there. But I don't know why. For some reason, it suddenly reminded me of Einstein a Go Go. I'm not even sure why, because it doesn't sound anything like it. Or maybe there's another track that's very similar. but yeah, I'm liking this. This is actually yeah, I mean, this is feels different to Lucky Numbers. That kind of felt more kind of new wave-ish, a little bit avant-garde, sort of experimental, sort of theatrical, but kind of new wave-ish. Whereas this feels like it really is kind of into the synth side of the sound, but with her vocals as well, which are kind of quite there's a deviance about the way she delivers her vocals. Then but yeah, with Thomas Dolby's very high upbeat synth sound, very distinctive. I recognised that straight away. So it's just a really cool combination. I'm really glad I'm listening to this. I didn't know what to expect. Um, I don't know if this was ever a hit. I might have to check it out.
Sometimes you make me feel, I feel so insecure. Sometimes you make me feel nothing at all. I'm sick of the TV. Look at the news. I'm sick of the radio. What can you do? I'm sick of the movies. I'm sick of it all. So what can I do? I get a new shirt.
So cool.
What do you want? You What do you want?
There's a symbolism in this video. I think it's about consumerism, and obviously it's she's literally cutting the labels, maybe cutting away the consumerism in her life, perhaps, and all the things that she's kind of collected. Yeah, I don't know the full extent of the lyrics. I've sort of just been soaking up the vibe, but I kind of get the vibe that this is definitely about consumerism and wastage. That was Lene Lovich with New Toy, and I'm going to say this now. I think that was fantastic. That was a complete surprise. And you know what? Whenever I hear anything that's really, really cool from the year 1981, I am then racking my brains to, not racking my brains necessarily, but trying to think what other music was around that would have stopped this from commercial success. And the problem with 1981 was that 1981 really deserved 2 years. So instead of 12 months, we deserved a 24-month year because there's so much music that could have been successful in that year that maybe wasn't so much um, because every moment of 1981 was just rammed full of fantastic bands and tracks and social conscience lyrics The Jam. We had Spandau Ballet, Depeche Mode, Duran Duran. Um, we had Hazel O'Connor. It's just an endless list of the specials. Ghost Town, just an endless list of music, of all genres really, and yet I say that, and yet I'm actually still surprised that even though we had the Visages and the Ultravoxes as well, that this track didn't squeeze in to that. I'm gonna literally, I'm gonna reach across now to my book of knowledge. Um, Gonna have to clear a whole bunch of stuff off it first. So let me just have a look. So this is you probably won't see this because it's I think it's in reverse when it shows, but this is my Bible of music. This is the British hit singles and albums from the Guinness Book of World Records, and I'm hopefully going to find that Lene Lovich had this track somewhere in. I mean, I really hope it was released, but in a way, if it wasn't, that's probably even better because I'd feel quite sad if it was released and it never got the recognition that maybe this deserves because it's, like I said, I think it's fantastic and it's definitely up there with some of the quirky songs of 1981, and it really kind of has. It's really got good music as well. Um, it feels very wholesome, if that's a word. Wholesome in that it feels like everything in this song is contributing. There's no wastage in this song. Anyway, Lena Lovich. There's a problem with this book. There's so many pages. Lovich. Okay, numbers. Say when. Bird song. What will I do? Oh, okay. So this was actually released on it actually entered the UK top 100 or top 75 March 14th, 1981, and it peaked at number 53. So that is a shame. That is a real shame because it was I loved it. It was a fantastic song. Just, I mean, and the great thing about this song is that I've just listened to it. I can't remember how it actually started. So let's just take this back. To be fair, it didn't start too spectacularly. I didn't kind of feel very much at this point. I think that was the moment. Whatever that was that her voice? Because it sounds like a chimpanzee. That was very Ultravox-esque in its ascendance. Let's just shoot forward a bit.
Then when everything is in roses, everything is static.
I love that, whether that's synths or vocals. I love that sort of rising inflection there. It kind of feels like we're building to something. This song's got everything.
And I knew time will find us in the attic.
The little vocal effects there from the guys. I think one of them is Thomas Dolby. That's also kind of fun. And it sort of contrasts to her little kind of vocal intricacies with her voice that she uses.
Sometimes you make me feel
Talking as well, I like it.
I feel so insecure. Sometimes you make me feel
Yeah, it's a brilliant song. Let's have a quick look at the lyrics. Did I ask you for your love? Did I ask you for your dedication? I don't want, I don't want your love. I don't want your affection. But I got to have the car. I need it for the weekend. I've got to have a stereo and a couple of deletions. I've got to have freezer. Put some fun back in my eating. I've got to have it full until I'm complete. I want to have a new toy to keep my mind expanding. I want a new toy, nothing too demanding. Then, when everything is in roses, everything is static. Yeah, my new toy, you'll find us in the attic. So this is basically about how we waste our money on buying stuff, and it's a bit like an addiction. I think it's a general addiction, like the fear of missing out. I guess was probably um, becoming more prominent in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Um, and I think I'm not sure when catalogs became really popular, but yeah, this is like the things that you can buy, and you don't really kind of want it. So what generally happens is that it ends up in the attic. It ends up in a cupboard, just covering dust. And for myself, I've had a few days off, so because I couldn't do any reactions, I've actually been having a spring clean, and I had these books and stuff. And my friend wanted to do a car boot a few while back, and it was like I'll bring these books down, and we never did a car boot, and they've sat there for about 3 years, and are just like and some of them are actually quite rare, and I just thought, you know what, I can't be bothered to stick them onto eBay. I can't be bothered. I'm just taking them down a charity shop, and I feel a lot better for doing that. I don't feel like I've missed out on any monetary value. And they were just sitting there, a book's a book if you're reading it, but if you're not reading it, it's just a doorstop. Uh, so you sometimes make me feel I want a new toy to keep my head expanding. I want a new toy, nothing too demanding when everything is roses, everything's static. Yeah, my new toy, you'll find us in the attic. Sometimes you make me feel I feel so insecure. Sometimes you make me feel nothing at all. I'm sick of the TV. Well, look at the news. I'm sick of the radio. What can you do? I'm sick of the Hoover, but what is a cure? I'm sick of it all. So what can I do? I get a new toy to keep my head expanding. I get a new toy. You must, you must, you must want, you must, what you want. God, it's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, I really actually, the line that really just jumped out to me there, I'm sick of the radio, what can you do? I'm sick of the Hoover, but what is a cure? I'm sick of it all. So what can I do? And I think this is the thing. This is the thing with modern life, and modern life, maybe it's been modern for a long time. It's we're kind of so. I mean, I say we. I think generally, consumerism is still a thing, a big thing, and it's kind of overtaken sort of for self, spiritualism and stuff like that. And it's great to have a gadget. It's great to have stuff, but sometimes you kind of forget to appreciate the stuff you've already got. And I get it with a lot of modern gadgets now. They have a very short lifespan. I have a mobile phone. It's actually a 3G, and slowly, slowly and surely, the apps that I got are being um, prevented on my phone because yeah, it's just a network, isn't it? It's a network. It's the provider. It's little things stop working, so you're forced to actually buy a new one. It's like and I guess there was probably a period of time where you could keep the same wireless, the same radio for a long time because FM radio wasn't going away. You could have that for years and years and years. My friend actually still has a digital alarm clock from 1979, I think. It's like a little cube, and it's got like a digital display on it. So you got your clock. You still have FM radio on it, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. You can still change the time on the clock. And it has endured, it has survived, and it's absolutely I don't know what the electronics are like inside, but yeah, this clock is would be now I'm going to tell you 1980. So say it was 1980, so it's 40. So it's 44 years old. This clock is maybe 45 years old, given that she said she had it in 1979. So I'm digressing, but the truth of that little story is that um, if something works, you don't need you don't need a replacement for it. If it does exactly what you want it to do, and yeah, and we have. I just feel for myself personally, I'm having sort of a cathartic moment yesterday when I got rid of these books. I kind of felt really good about life. I felt like there was a progress. I generally don't like things to get too stale. Um, I like what I like, but I think I've never, if I felt like I was, if I got the I'm missing out bug, I would probably feel very anxious, a lot more than I actually am on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, it's an expensive game as well. So my 3G phone is probably gonna give up the ghost. I think next year is a cut-off point for it with my provider, and I will have to bite the bullet and get a 4G phone. By the time I get a 4G phone, there'll probably be 6G or 7G. I don't know, but yeah, the needs must, and those needs are pretty soon. Anyway, folks, this was a. Do you know what? Actually, before I go, I just want to let me just check see what the comments say on this. Hopefully, there's a few comments on this. 147 comments. That's good. So we know it's written by Thomas Dolby, Lene Lovich. I wonder if she's still performing. Boy, does this bring back memories. Chicago punk and new wave scene. Yeah, it's fabulous, and I love the emphasis on the synth sound in this song because that to me brought it into the 80s. You could have done it with guitars, and it maybe wouldn't have, and other instruments, but this kind of felt very appropriate. Yeah, so Thomas Dolby does appear in the video. I think this is just a lot of nostalgia for people. Um, for me, it feels really, really fresh, like I've discovered something, and it's not just because it's new. It has the kind of sound that I would, yeah, I would be quite. I think I wouldn't be too far removed from stuff today. I think it's Lane Lovich in this track has kind of shaken off that late 70s kind of feel, and because of the music, it kind of let me just remind myself.
Nothing at all. Sick of the TV.
Yeah, I mean, it does have an 80s feel. I'll grant it that, but for me, it just felt very, very fresh because it was new for me. So yeah. Anyway, I'm talking an awful lot today, so please let me know what you think about this track. Join me in the comments below, and for you, I'm really looking forward to your comments on this one because it blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Loved it. So yeah, till next time, take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day, and I will speak to you all soon.